Hi, welcome to Act Bold. My name is Anne Alexander Cedar. I am an American actress living and working in Germany. Quick thing about me, I returned to acting after taking a 16-year hiatus. Slogged my way from ground zero all the way to actually making my career at it. So I am on a quest to break down what it takes to have a thriving acting career, basically to go from surviving to thriving. And I've come to several conclusions. One is that there are 5 pillars to a thriving acting career. That's mindset, marketing, branding, networking, and community. I think mindset is probably 85% of that, maybe even more. I don't know. This video today deals with mindset. It's all about setting goals and being accountable to yourself. And it's using a method that I learned from someone called Lenarduzzi. She is a marketing master who I follow very much because acting is a business after all, so you have to treat it like one. So the 90-day letter is a way to not only set realistic and attainable goals over a 90-day period, but also a way to keep yourself motivated and to hold yourself accountable. So if you like videos like this, please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to switch over to a screenshot now. Okay, here we are in the 90-day letter. And for me, this has everything to do with accountability and mindset, which, as I mentioned just a minute ago, is at least 85% of success. So, small steps lead to big places. I truly believe that if you make your goals too lofty, too unattainable, for example, I want to win the Oscars next year, or I want to have the lead in a Marvel film, and then go on to be the lead in a Marvel film franchise. Great, but the journey from where you are right now to there is so big. The mountain is so high that it seems unattainable. It's not. I mean, not everybody's going to be able to do those things. But you, I think, in many ways don't even know the journey, don't even know the destination that you want to end up with until you get on the journey. That may sound a little woo-woo, but I do truly believe that. So you need to set small goals. What you need to do is put a system in place that will help you to start achieving the milestones along the way to where you're trying to get to. So with that being said, small steps lead to big places, prompts, and micro goals. The idea behind this phase is to create smaller goals that you can actually achieve instead of focusing on and getting overwhelmed by huge goals like the Oscars. These are some prompts to get you thinking about the small things that add up very quickly to the bigger goals that you want to achieve in your life. Your bigger successes in life are an accumulation of all your smaller successes. So just keep working at it. It's like money in the bank when we used to get interest. There is a cumulative effect to all of these things. So if you could achieve one thing in your career in the next 90 days, what would it be? How do you want your personal relationships to improve over the next 90 days? How much do you want to increase your income over the next 90 days? Now, it may seem a little weird in a podcast about acting and the business of acting to be talking about income, but I think it's a very important topic. I think the more you get that straightened out, the less stress you have around that, the more you can relax and concentrate on your acting career. So there are lots of ways to get that straightened out, and I will address that in another video. But for now, let's jump back into this. Are there any projects that need to be completed in the next 90 days? By the way, I'm going to include a download to this in the link below this video or podcast. I'm not sure how you are receiving this information right now, but there is a download worksheet that goes with this. So here's something where visualization comes into place. So if you can, if you're not driving or you're not busy doing something where you need your eyes, stop for a minute, close your eyes, and really imagine your perfect day from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. Just picture your day literally from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. These are images that go into the visualization board in your head. And the more you can make them real, the less unattainable they will seem. What are you desiring more of in your life right now? Make sure to include that in this 90-day letter to yourself. How do you want to feel every day? Oh, this is so important. Your feelings drive your results. And I know for myself, I want to wake up feeling, I want to wake up feeling like I just can't wait to get up, for one. And something that would make me feel that way is if I felt empowered and excited about what was coming for that day, that I was in control, instead of at times I feel frustrated or that my career is not within my control. So these are all small ways to take that back. I think it's so important for us to be proactive and empowered. We are so often told as actors to just sit around and wait for your agent to call, wait for the casting director to notice you're alive, whatever it is. I do not subscribe to either one of those things. I think that there's so much we can be doing to put ourselves in the driver's seat of our own careers. So think about how you want to feel every day and include that in your 90-day plan. Okay, the foundation of feeling. As I mentioned, I think feelings are so important. They truly drive us, they motivate us, they inspire us. So once you've completed your answers to the prompts, and have an idea of what you'd like to create in the next 90 days, I always add a sentence to the end of each one. And they're always related to how I want to feel. For example, this is one of my prompts. I will reach out to one industry person a day because it will make me feel like I'm building the connections I need to take control of my career. Or I will continue to build my community because it will make me feel like a part of something thriving and important. I found that if I don't link my goals to my feelings, I just won't follow through. I mean, it's really as simple as that. The real magic in goals comes down to how you want to feel. So keep that in mind when you're writing out your prompts, and make sure to add this little extra thing at the end, because that is the thing that is going to spark you on the inside and help to make it more real. Okay, now we're at the point where all you need to do is write the letter to yourself. The final piece to making your goals a reality is to write the letter to yourself as if these things have already happened. So here's my letter. I don't know. I feel very vulnerable right now reading this, but I'm just going to do it. Because we actually shouldn't have any shame around our wants and needs and desires. And I think it might make it easier for you if you could hear one of these letters read out loud. Dear Anne, isn't it amazing what can happen when you hold yourself accountable to consistency? You've kept your promise to make one new contact a day with industry people who can make an impact on your career, and now have 90 new connections. And your podcast, can we talk about that for a minute here? In the past 90 days, you've produced 12 new podcasts, which have resulted in so many good things, like making meaningful connections with people you'd like to work with, getting better at the technical side of podcasting, growing your audience, and making a positive impact on other people. Your efforts to take a deep breath and exhale with compassion have helped to make you a more patient person, and your friends and family are very happy about that. Believe you me. Not one of my strong points, patience. I'm especially proud that you've had enough willpower to cut sugar out of your diet. I know you must be feeling much better all around. Keep up the good work. I knew you could do it. I love you. Okay. So you write it in whatever way feels authentic to you. I kind of wrote it in a way maybe that I would talk to my younger self. But then again, you are talking to your younger self because this is a letter from you 3 months in the future. With that in mind, let's get on to the next part of it because I think this is equally important. These are a few things to keep in mind. Show empathy. Grant yourself the same empathy and compassion that you would give to any person that you love. Be kind and encouraging, and use your imagination to really let yourself emotionally feel your successes. Get juicy. Don't be afraid to reveal all your true desires, hopes, and dreams. The more vividly you can imagine yourself actually achieving your goals, the easier it will be to step into the scene. So it's like a rehearsal. You can actually train your brain to feel as if it's already experienced the successes that you dream of, making them more attainable and real to you now. It's in a way, it's like sense memory, but for the future. Keep the letter with you. Either write the letter down, old school, or write it into the notes app of your phone, or I actually use something called Notion. It's a free web-based organizer and also an app. I love it. I am not an affiliate. I'm not associated with Notion in any way whatsoever. It's just a tool that I use kind of to try and organize my life so that I have a visual reference to things. For me, I'm a very visual person, so it really helps me to get organized and to organize the various aspects of my life. I use both the web-based and the app. I write mostly in the web-based part of it, so I would write the letter into the web-based part of it, but I keep it with me on my app, on my phone. That way I've got it with me all the time, and not only do I read it every morning, but sometimes I take it out and reread it during the day to keep me focused on the feelings of success that I want to be feeling. Keep your goals small and attainable. There is nothing worse than setting such lofty and unattainable goals for yourself that they are completely out of your reach. You'll just end up feeling overwhelmed, and you might end up giving up on something that you actually could have attained. If you keep your goals small, you will be able to incrementally watch your system begin to work for you. What's that saying? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Or how do you take that first step in a 1,000-mile journey? One step at a time. Very simple. So the last thoughts. Forget perfection. Perfect is the enemy of done. Just do it because good enough is good enough. Besides, you're going to do it again in 90 days. So keep your letters in one place. As you continue to achieve and set new goals, you'll have a record of how far you've come. Again, for me, I do this in Notion, but whether you do this in notes, in your journal, whatever you do, keep it in a place so that you can look back on it 6 months from now, 9 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, and see how far you've come. Mail the letter to yourself. This is just another way of keeping yourself accountable. And let me tell you, when you receive that letter, whether it's an email that you scheduled for 90 days from the day that you write it, or whether it's a snail mail, it doesn't really matter. The main point of it is you're going to receive it in 90 days from the day you write it, and you're going to be able to scratch that stuff off your list and chuck it in the trash so that you can move on to your next set of goals. And that's it. I hope you found this helpful. I will definitely include a download in the link to this video or podcast, however you are receiving this. If you did find this helpful, it would be so helpful to me if you would like and subscribe to Act Bold. This really helps to let the algorithms, whoever and whatever they may be, know that this is a valuable podcast, valuable resource for people, and then they recommend it to other people, and hopefully we can help them as well. So once again, I so appreciate you taking the time to listen, watch, whatever you're doing with this podcast, and I will catch you soon. Bye-bye.